It isn't often in a knitting instruction that you'll find out the abbreviation means make ear, but that's what we're about to do today in this adorable little hat. So let's talk about making an ear. This ear technique builds on an I-cord bobble technique. We're going to do a rapid increase from 1 stitch to 6 stitches, knitting to the front, then the back, then the front, then the back, then the front of this stitch. Oh, and then the back again. So we're going to go front, don't take it off, dance your needle tip around to the back, knit through the back, don't take it off, knit into the front. Same thing over and over here until we've got 6 stitches. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, which means we need to do it more time. This is going to mean going into this one. It's going to get tighter and tighter as we've got all these stitches in there. Those of you who are tight knitters, this may be a little uncomfortable, but have faith, you can do this. Keep your needle or your loop far away from your needle tip so that you're not tight and about to pop off. That'll make it a little easier. You can see I can work way back here and it doesn't matter, all right? So we're gonna do this one more time. Knit into the front, knit into the back, and now I can slide this off. And I have 6 stitches. They're crowded, but they're there. Now we're going to be working only on these 6 stitches for the next little while, so you can ignore these ones and you can ignore these ones. And we're going to slip these ones back onto this stitch and work a little I-cord. Now I-cord, usually we can slip from side to side, but because we have other stitches on our needles, this is going to be where we just slip them back to the left needle tip. This first time, it will be the hardest because they're all kind of crowded and they don't like what they're doing with the knits and purls. They're just sort of bumpy and jumpy, but as we work on knitted stitches on further rows, this slipping stitch will get easier. So I'm just going to knit all 6 of these. Now I-cord is characterized by never turning the work, so we will never be turning the work. We will always be looking at these 6 stitches from the front here as we work them. All right, so I've knit across all 6 now, and we are going to slip them back to the left needle and knit 6, 11 more times. So it will be a total of 12. So we'll just keep going. Now you can slip one by one as I am doing here, or if you lay the left needle tip under the right needle tip like this and kind of push, you can go a little faster. You can grab a couple at a time, and it also is more secure because right now, if these fall off the right needle, the left needle will catch them, whereas if we're slipping like this, if it falls off, it can be in no man's land between. So if we always have the left one underneath ready to catch, then it's always acting as a backup. So we'll knit these. Working the first stitch a little more tightly can help, but usually we loosen that one up as we go to knit the second one. So actually paying attention and knitting the second stitch more tightly usually is the best trick for having a nice tidy I-cord. Now we won't need to worry too much about tidy I-cord because we're actually going to be doing a second step for this. This is only going to make the outer ear. So slip these back. And then we're going to make an inner ear and sew it down inside. So I'll see you once we've done 12 rows total of I-cord. If you're wanting to count the rows on your I-cord because you've lost track or maybe forgot to like click your row counter or something like that, what you need to do is find the stitch that is sort of being hugged by a little purl bump. So for me, it's tight, but it's right here, because I can see this is a big knit stitch. And so if I can confirm that the one beside it is sort of half the size and has a little purl bump at the bottom, that's when we knit through the back. So this is the increase row. So this would be row 0 of counting to 12. This one above it would be round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now that I've done 12 rows, I've got my 6 stitches, and obviously we want to get back down to 1. That's what a bobble does, is it starts with 1, it increases, then we work a while, then we get back down to 1 stitch. So we're going to do a standard bobble decrease on this one. So we're going to keep it on the right needle here, and we're going to use our left needle tip to grab the second stitch on the needle. So we're going to skip this one. It's the one that has the working yarn coming off of it, so we want this one to stay our final stitch because it's got the working yarn. So we're going to skip that stitch, grab the second one, pull it up and over, and then we're going to repeat. So we're going to skip that stitch, go to the second one on the needle, pass that up and over, skip that one, grab the second, pass it up and over, and just keep repeating that until you've taken your bobble stitch count back down to 1 stitch. So there you go. You've got what can clearly be seen to be the beginning of an ear, I hope. And then we're going to work the next stitch as the pattern has written. So in this case, we're going to knit this one. I'm going to make sure that that next stitch is as tight as we can make it. All right, I'm back around to the stitches right around my ear, and so I'm going to knit this one and this, the next 3. So this one, the bobble stitch, and then the one beside it. Just making sure not to knit them loosely. If you're not a loose knitter, that's not a problem you probably need. And this isn't a bobble that's going to pop back inside. It's so big, it's not going anywhere. But generally speaking, we want to knit the fabric around a bobble, especially if it's a lacy fabric, very open and drapey. We want to make sure to knit that so that the bobble doesn't pop to the other side. Not going to happen on this one. We're going to stuff it. Everything's going to be fine, but it is something to be aware of. So now that we have our little cute outer ears, and the benefit of this technique is that you don't have to worry if you've placed the ears in the same spot as the designer. You know you've got the ears exactly where I intended them to be, and they're already attached. So the attachment phase is already sorted for ourselves, but we do have to make and attach the inner ears. So let's go about doing that. So using my smaller needles and my color 1, I'm going to cast on 3 stitches. And I'm going to work 5 rounds of I-cord. Slide that over. All right, so we'll finish off our I-cord nice and simply, just sliding the needle through all 3 stitches from right to left. Doesn't matter how beautiful this I-cord is. If you want to finish it off a little bit and make it look a little more tidy, if you just roll it between your fingers, it'll sort of even out some of the tension in there if you have a particularly gappy or weird stitch. Now all we're going to do is we're going to tie these 2 ends together. So I'm just going to take them, tie them into a simple knot, and then we'll do that again just to lock that in. And you can see we've just really simply made a nice basic circle, and that basic circle will now be slid into our outer ear. So this is what the inner ear should look like. All right, we've got our little ear, and what we're going to do is we're going to put it inside. So you are going to be able to see the inner ear from both sides. If that bothers you, there's probably a way to sort of sew up this outer ear behind it. But that is the way this is written to keep it nice and simple, is we'll just place it in and sew it up. To secure it, we're going to first get the bottom attached to the hat. So between the 2 ends of the bobble here, we're going to put the ends through in 2 different spaces. So one of them can go sort of on the back end of the bobble. And then the other one can go through the front end of the bobble hole there. This one I'm going to go, so that one I did in the back. This one I'm going to do not quite in the front. I'm going to do still like at the base of the bobble there. All right. So now we'll have a bunch of ends because I haven't woven in my ends yet. All right, so now we're going to tie these 2 ends and kind of lock that bottom in. So just a nice simple double knot. You can weave in the shorter end. You can weave it in the inside of the hat. You can weave it in through the bobble. You can also just leave it and it will be stuffing for later on. So I am going to grab this longer end, put it on the yarn needle, and use this to sew the inner ear inside the outer ear. So let's get it positioned so I like what's going on. So it's inside there. And you see how this stitch right here is kind of loose and floppy, and it's just really showing up a lot, which is really frustrating because it's sort of the most visible part of this cast on edge. So I'm just going to pull beside it and try to pull some of that tension over and just pretty it up. There's a lot we can do during the finishing stage to really polish up our knits. That's true whether it's a sweater or an ear. All right, so we have it in there now, and what we want to do is we want to sew this into here in a way that we can't see. So we're going to need to sew sort of this fabric to the inside here. So not the out, like this bit we can see, but actually sort of the bit that's touching we want to be sewing together. And this is going to be a little awkward, but it shouldn't be too hard. So I'm just going to get my yarn up and into the inner bobble to start with. Now I'm going to move my yarn over to the edge of the bobble. And now I need to hook this to the inside. So I'm just going to go in, I'm going to grab a little bit of the yarn, a stitch there, and pull those together. And then I can go down, and before I pull it totally tight and make it hard for me to see what I'm doing, I'm going to come down into the bobble where I brought the yarn out, and then come up sort of at the top. And again, I'm not going to pull too tight yet. Then I'm going to do the same thing inside the bobble at the top. And now we can pull and tighten those 2 stitches, and that will give us a good foundation. It does make the last one a little harder. I'm just going to do it in 3 places because mine's a decoration. If yours is a toy, you might want to do it a little more. So I'm going to come back into the inner ear section here, and now I'm going to, making sure I like what I see, again, get everything the way you want it. And now I'm going to go to the side of the inner ear, and if I pull this to the side, I can see the inside of that outer ear, and then I can see that I'm grabbing the yarn there. And then bring it back down into the hat. Again, if you're going to do a toy, you might want to secure it in a few more places. Get that nice and tight. You can tie these off again to lock them in. And now you can either weave in these ends or just leave them. They'll be stuffing later on when we finish up. And obviously you're going to want to repeat that for the other ear. Now, I personally think this is very, very cute and very cunning. I hope you agree, and I hope the tutorial helped.